extension.
All right. I always forget to record. So I'm going to do that. Yeah, no, I think it's so awesome what you guys have done. And we'll talk more about it, but I'm really thankful for you just to come, because I feel like it's one thing for me just to be like, oh yeah, download this XVerse wallet, go jump in it and buy some Bitcoin or buy some stacks and participate in this. But it's so brand new. I think it's nice to have someone hold your hand a little bit and just to be able to ask the questions that you can Google them, yes, but it's so much easier to have a conversation around, your questions and your thought process, because I always tell everyone who is starting in any crypto or anything within Web3, blockchain, whatever, it's all blank space in there, right? Like if a brand new iPhone comes out or a brand new phone from a new creator, you know what a phone is, you know how it works, you know why it works, why we use it. But blockchain, crypto, none of that makes sense, right? Because it's all blank space. It's never been before. So I just want everyone to give themselves some grace with this. And please ask questions, post them in the chat. I'll be checking the chat. I know there's some in there now. Look, and, we'll make sure to answer them all as far as, how the wallet works, because it's a lot different than what wallets people are used to, like MetaMask and things like that. So, how do you want to kick it off? Do you want to kick it off with just starting? Like, you can share your screen. You should be able to share your screen, I think, right?
Oh, I can't.
Okay, let me give it to you. Let's see. Okay, let's see if you can do it now. Do you have it?
Yes, perfect. And so I'm super excited to be sharing this with you guys as part of the XVerse team, but as a Bitcoiner, this is evergreen. It is going to be evergreen. So onboarding more users into Bitcoin through XVerse is amazing, and I'm super happy to share this with you guys. So let me switch screens here. Awesome. So just double checking, you guys can see my XVerse page. Awesome.
Yep.
So hi guys, my name is Kaylee Ford. I'm the community growth lead at XVerse, and I'm going to show you guys how to create your own XVerse wallet and how to get started. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat, and I'll start from here. So first things first, you're going to navigate to xverse.app. This is our website, and once you are navigated to here, you're going to click download. So click download, and we mentioned this a little bit earlier. So XVerse is available on mobile and on desktop. So we have Android and iOS. You can download it in the Play Store or Apple Store. And for Chrome, you can download XVerse. And if you have Brave and Edge, you can do that too. So for today, we're going to download Chrome. Awesome. So now we're going to add it to Chrome, add the extension. So if you see this pop up, we don't collect data from our users. It's just letting you know that, hey, when you approve this, you'll be able to connect with our wallet to other websites like MetaMask, not MetaMask, like Magic Eden, or any other NFT marketplace. So we're going to pin the icon to our taskbar, and then we're going to open up our XVerse wallet. So we're going to create a wallet, but you have the ability to create or restore any Bitcoin wallet in XVerse. So if you have a Sparrow wallet, you can actually log in with your keys and access your account through XVerse, Hero. Pretty much many different Bitcoin wallets are accessible through XVerse. So create your wallet, and we have some awesome welcome screens here, just letting you know that, we are building out the most advanced Bitcoin wallet. So you can store stacks, NFTs, and ordinals in your XVerse wallet. And you can also earn Bitcoin rewards too. So we're going to continue here. You want to read the terms of service and then accept. Next, you want to back up your wallet. So XVerse is a self-custodial wallet. So that just means that all our users have 100% control over their assets. So it's very important that you back up your seed phrase and you keep it in a safe location. You want to make sure that you're being very careful and not sharing it with just anyone. So we're going to click backup now. And for the sake of this demo, I'm going to copy the seed phrase. Yep. And while I do that, you have the option to either input the seed phrase to verify it, and then you can either back it up later. So you can do either or.
And I will, while she's doing that, I will say, reiterate for anyone who maybe doesn't have a crypto wallet and is new to this, if you lose this seed phrase, I just want to reiterate it again, then you lose, and then you unpin this or delete it from your desktop or your phone, then you lose access to your funds. So your seed phrase is incredibly important. So yeah, make sure you write it down in a couple places. I always say put it in more than one place. If you store it in your phone or you take pictures of it like that, I mean, I know plenty of people who do that, but you need to have it somewhere else. Because if you lose your phone, I do know someone who got, phone died and it didn't get backed up and then it was lost. And they did lose some good NFTs.
Oh no. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Back up your wallet, guys. Make sure that you're being your own bank and you're protecting your funds.
Yeah, I always say self-custody is a beautiful thing, but it is full of, of responsibility.
That's a great point. It's a great point. So yes. So now that we've backed up our seed phrase, we're going to verify it and enter in a strong password. Awesome. So now we've successfully created our first XVerse wallet, and we're going to close this tab. And we're going to open up our wallet again. So with the password we just created, we're going to log in. And voila, we have our XVerse wallet. So first things first, you want to fund your account. So we're going to purchase an ordinal inscription. So to do that, we're going to need some Bitcoin. So hit buy and click Bitcoin. And from here, XVerse offers 3 different fiat to crypto on-ramp services, which just means that if you want to buy crypto in XVerse, you can with 3 different options: MoonPay, Binance, and Transact. And for all of these services, you do need at least $35 or more for each payment to buy crypto, of course. So I'm going to switch to my real wallet and show you what that looks like. Awesome.
Yeah, and I will, just while you do that, I'll say, so when you purchase, if you've never purchased in a wallet any currency before, you'll walk through that, enter your email address, like it'll KYC you, it'll gather all your data basically to allow you to purchase your crypto.
Yes, that's a great point. I think a lot of people want to remain anonymous, and for XVerse, we do have KYC for these payment merchants. So definitely a great point there. You're going to need to put in your bank account and your personal information. Yes. So now I have my wallet open. I have Bitcoin and stacks in my wallet. So now we're going to go through the process of inscribing an ordinal with Gamma. So with XVerse, you can use pretty much any inscription service, but for today, we're going to use Gamma. We're going to go and create an inscription. So here we're going to upload an image, which will be our future inscription.
Our screen is stuck on your XVerse wallet, like pin. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe you're sharing the wrong. Yeah, reshare maybe.
Gotcha. Awesome. Can you guys see my screen now? Awesome. Perfect. Cool. So now you guys should see my updated wallet balance with Bitcoin and stacks. And so today we're going to use Gamma. You can also use Satoshiable's bot, which you guys can see here. But for today, we're going to use Gamma. So we're going to head over to Gamma and we're going to create an inscription. So we're going to upload our image, a very nice orange XVerse logo. And we're going to choose our transaction fee. So you can really choose any fee here, but if you want your transaction to be confirmed faster, you're going to want to put a higher fee. And you can come back and change this after you see the total amount, after you upload your ordinal and continue with your address information. So this is the very fun part, but also really important part. So for ordinals, it's going to ask you for your recipient Bitcoin address. you're going to put in your Ordinal's address. So with XVerse, you have two addresses that you need to use. Your Ordinal's address, which is in the Collections tab. So if you hit receive here, you'll see your beautiful Ordinal's address. You're going to copy this. And it's going to let you know that this wallet address is only for receiving Ordinals. A lot of times where people get mixed up with their Bitcoin payment address and your Ordinals address, these are two different addresses. We're going to input our Ordinals address here. And then we're going to also use our Bitcoin payment address, which is right here. So when you create your wallet, you'll see your profile. It will be in the top left-hand corner. You're going to copy that. And it's going to let you know that this address is only used to receive Bitcoin payments. So we're going to put that in for our refund address. So just in case something happens, they'll refund you the amount of the Ordinal inscription. And it's also going to ask us to put in our email. So I'm going to put an email in here. All right. And I also want to just clarify something, because I know this is a really common question when it comes to Bitcoin addresses. So Bitcoin uses several different Bitcoin addresses. Well, there are several different Bitcoin addresses. There's wrap SegWit, and then there's native SegWit, and that comes from the Taproot upgrade back in 2021. XVerse uses our wrap SegWit. So wrap SegWit is the standard. Back when this whole Ordinals phrase kicked off, most applications on Bitcoin did not use native SegWit. So that's why we're using wrap SegWit today.
And I have one more question before you go on. Someone said, are there specific ways to identify between the two addresses?
Yes, that's a great question. And I'll show you here. So the Ordinal's address will start with BC1P. And then your Bitcoin payment address will start with the 3. So that way you can differentiate the two.
Perfect. And the reason that you don't want to send an Ordinal, even though an Ordinal is inscribed on a Satoshi, which is the lowest denominator of Bitcoin, so it's like the Bitcoin penny, if you will, even though that is technically Bitcoin currency, if you send it to your Bitcoin wallet, then you have a transaction, or you spend your Bitcoin, you're going to spend your Ordinal, because your Ordinal is just written on that Satoshi. It would be like if, Willie Nelson signed my dollar bill and then I spent it to buy, Mountain Dew at 7-Eleven. So you want to make sure that you're sending your Ordinals not to a regular Bitcoin wallet. You want to send it to the special place that people like XVerse have built into their Bitcoin wallet, so you don't accidentally spend your Ordinal.
Yes, that's a great point. I'm so happy you mentioned that. And in case for some reason that you accidentally do this, XVerse does offer a tool where you can recover your assets. So if you send Bitcoin to your Ordinal's address, you can recover it in settings, and it's a really quick process. So if you go to settings, you'll see a recover assets tab. You'll click that, and it will automatically extract it for you, and you just confirm the transaction.
That's amazing.
Yes, our team is hard at work every day. Our engineers are magicians. But this is a new feature. So if you guys have any issues, please use this tool or reach out to our support or Discord for help. Awesome. So we're going to kick things right along here, and we're going to continue on. So we're going to review our details here and agree to terms of service. All right, then. And finally, we're going to pay. So here we're going to go to our Bitcoin address, and we're going to pay for our Ordinal inscription. So we're going to copy this first. Oh, and keep in mind that because of the browser extension, it's going to close out when you click away from it, which is what happens when you use MetaMask and any other browser extension. So if you're making this, be mindful. So we're going to go to Bitcoin, send, and we're going to paste in our recipient address, and then the amount on our screen here, and type that in. Make sure that matches. Alrighty, and we're going to click next. All right, so it's going to ask you to confirm your transaction. So once you do this, you're going to review. So you're going to review the amount, and review the recipient. So you want to just make sure you copied it correctly and double check yourself. And then it'll give you the network fee. So you can edit your fee here and see exactly how much you want to spend. And I know that's something that other wallets don't typically do. So with XVerse, you can edit your fees. So it's really helpful when you're minting NFTs. Like if you were minting a DeGod weeks ago, it gave you the upper hand in the mint. So these things are possible with XVerse. And then if we were actually going through the transaction, we'd hit confirm. But all in all, that is the process. And once you do confirm this, it will take time. So again, this isn't Ethereum, this is Bitcoin. So things do take a little bit more time. So depending on when you submit this, it can take maybe 15 minutes up to several hours or a few hours. So keep that in mind when you're making these transactions. And if you wanted to bulk inscribe with Gamma using XVerse, you can also do that too. And you can do that with Satoshable bot as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I will, I'll say, so when we went through this with Hero, it was, yeah, we also went on Gamma too, love Gamma. And I will say, so I love when people think about Bitcoin, they think about the ordinals, but you hear Bitcoin NFTs, which people are sometimes referring like to stacks NFTs. So while Bitcoin is expensive to transact on, and as you know, looking into the future, you're probably not going to have a lot of people inscribing $100, random art or random, like how on Ethereum or Polygon, we're spitting off a lot of, collections, 10,000 piece collections for not very expensive. I would assume in the Bitcoin ecosystem, if there is going to be like this thriving NFT culture, it likely will exist on Stacks. So you can do the same thing in Gamma that she just walked through, and she did create an ordinal inscription. You could also create a Stacks NFT. So Stacks is the layer 2 of Bitcoin, a lot cheaper, like pennies. You can create stuff for pennies. And same thing, it's still within the Bitcoin ecosystem. Stacks is like their scaling solution. So that can process a lot more transactions for a lot more cheaply. So just thinking, I think sometimes, to see that $100 for one little orange, picture, you're like, what in the heck? That's crazy. Why would anyone do this? I think, moving forward, it just doesn't seem very economical, but there is still ways, and it would be the same. You would still do the same thing in the wallet, but you saw where she had Bitcoin and Stacks and then other currencies that she holds in her Bitcoin wallet. You would just go into Gamma, into Stacks NFTs. It is thriving. It's growing so much. It's amazing. I love to see it. And you would do the exact same process, but using Stacks and create Stacks NFTs. So I just thought I would bring that up because I know people sometimes are like, holy cow, it's so expensive to do business on Bitcoin. So
I 100% agree with you there. It is costly to do things on Bitcoin, and with Stacks, it makes it so much easier. Like you said, when you're launching a collection or listing an NFT, it's pennies. And comparing that to Ethereum or Bitcoin, it will be costly. And there are a lot of great NFT projects on Stacks right now. So if you guys don't know, there's Stacks NFTs like Megapont, Stacks Parrots, Crash Punks, Satoshables. There are so many ecosystems right now building and growing that it just makes it apparent that the future is Bitcoin. And although we're using Bitcoin's base layer right now, I think we're all going to see more growth with Stacks. So this is awesome. Yeah, and Heather, did I stray away from the question at hand?
No, I think we answered it all. And, I just saw the BNS was on there too. So, and, when Kaylee pulled up her wallet, you could see that hers was Kaylee.btc. So if you're familiar with Ethereum wallets, you can, get an ENS name. Like I have coinqueens.eth. And so you can, do the same thing for Bitcoin, for your Bitcoin wallet. You could buy a name like she bought Kaylee.btc. So you could buy, Allison.btc or Philip.btc or whatever. So, yeah, Yeah, you covet. I know, Marquita. It's like so tempting, right? It feels like anytime you're like, it's like if you had Gmail at the beginning and you were like, I could have heather@gmail.com. Wouldn't I love that? So it feels like that. So I think people are like, okay, let me get in there and just buy my name and get it. It's addicting. I get it. This whole ecosystem is.
It totally is. And if you guys want to purchase a BNS name or a Bitcoin username, what you guys can do is you can use the XVerse app on mobile or using the desktop browser to go to btc.us, and I'll share my screen again to show you. But you can do this all through XVerse. So, and Gamma has the largest BNS marketplace. So overall, it's very pretty easy.
It really is. I think there's just like a little bit of, nerves about screwing something up when people are first coming into it, which is fair.
Yes, that's totally fair. And again, take your time, don't rush into things. And even if it's not XVerse, there's a very friendly ecosystem on Bitcoin and Stacks with people who do want to genuinely help. So that's also pretty comforting.
Yeah. Heather.btc was not available. I looked.
It's okay.
Well,
Don't worry about it. There's an even better one out there for you.
that's right. No, yeah. So this is where you get your BTC. So btc.us if you guys wanted to go crazy on it today and buy all your BNS names. What else? I think that's it. I mean, I don't have any other questions in the chat. So I think we covered it all. And I love it. Like it's so simple and it's the best thing ever. And it makes me so happy. And I do, you know what? I do want to bring up one thing that people may not even know to ask until they start playing around with it and existing in the Bitcoin ecosystem is that Bitcoin addresses change, right? So if they were to go into Gamma and create a collection and where you have to put your Ordinal wallet address and then your Bitcoin wallet address where you would want to receive funds if someone bought it, right? Like that address will change, but XVerse handles all that in the background, right?
Yeah, so we do handle all that in the background. And if there are any changes, because right now we are using wrap SegWit,
Okay.
that can change to native SegWit because that is part of the latest update. So while the infrastructure is still being built on that end, these addresses can change over time. But we are here to educate and inform our community when any of these changes happen, so you guys know what's going on and why it's happening.
So, and you guys are super responsive in the Discord. I mean, yeah. Jan is awesome. Like he was like in Paris Blockchain Week and was like on a Twitter space with Coin Queens, like talking about, what you guys are doing. And it's so cool. You guys are so responsive. They're so excited about, everyone rushing in, right, with this interest. And I really do, like I said at the beginning, I think it's such a blessing for the Bitcoin ecosystem to have NFTs as a capability now, because it will, there's one mind who comes in and out looking at this global permissionless, currency, and that's why they're here to invest in that. But there's a whole lot of people who just aren't going to be attracted into that and don't get it. And then to put art and music and all these other, things connected to Bitcoin just is awesome. It makes it so much better. So anyway, thank you for sharing. I love this. I think this was super helpful. And if anyone has questions, like their Discord, super responsive, super active. Anyone that's in Coin Queens, you know how to reach out to me. And if you have any questions or you feel nervous about doing something, just ask, like someone will answer. There's no need to rush into doing anything. So I'm so glad that you guys could come and learn and take, your first little Bitcoin journey. It's my biggest dream to have people opening Bitcoin wallets, just even if they just throw $50 in and just sit on it. I'm like, just do it.
It's awesome. And
Yeah.
your enthusiasm is amazing. And I love talking with people who have the same enthusiasm for Bitcoin and Web3 because we all share so many awesome similarities. And if you guys do need help, we're here. We're here to help. We're here for our community. So we're only a message away in Discord. I'll also drop our support in the chat if you guys have any issues. But yeah, this was really fun. And please feel free to ask us to do this again.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I think that I can see people like it was the community at first when the ordinals things started popping off. We're like, hey, we need to know about this. So I started with an Ordinals 101 with one of our fund partners, and then just went down the rabbit hole. And then it's still continuing, which is great because and like Crystal in the chat said, I'm a total ETH gal, but want to have a Bitcoin wallet too. And yes, I mean, if you can see the power of Ethereum, then you should absolutely see, once come once we bring you in, you'll see the power of Bitcoin too, as such a, much broader scale. I think they're both going to be a huge success. Invest heavily in both, but so exciting. Still trying to figure out the ordinals thing. I do. So on my YouTube channel, I have so we have an Ordinals 101 we did, which was, like I said, we have a crypto fund called Coin Kings. And my one of my partners there, he is a former Lightning node operator. And he did an Ordinals 101 for us. I'm just kind of walking through, how they came to be, how you could participate in it, what the potential future could be. At that point, we were still, when we did that 101, and I can post the link here too. Let me see if I can find it. We were still trading ordinals with the Google spreadsheet doc, like it was such an exciting but stressful time. But so we've come a long way, and just like I think that was just a couple months ago. I don't even know. Was that like not even? I don't know. Time is going so fast. I'll put the link here, and you could. So we did the Ordinals 101, and that's when the community was like, "Hey, why don't we do an Ordinals collection?" And I was like, "Why in the heck would we do an Ordinals collection? That makes no sense." And then as we continue the conversation, they're like, "Well, what's our goal? It's to open wallets." And isn't Ordinals bringing interest in to humans to open wallets? And I'm like, "You're right." So we should. So we inscribed, we took a collection of 62 various ETH NFTs that were all from women-led projects that our community members own. So we took 62 of those NFTs. We turned them into Bitcoin Queens through Midjourney, and then we inscribed them. And then we also did a stacks collection because we're working through and talking through if we're gonna, put this out there to hopefully onboard more people into opening Bitcoin wallets and participating in Bitcoin and stacks. Then the safest way probably is for them to do it with stacks, buy the stacks NFT, have that's easier. It just feels like safer. And then then maybe give them a little bit of an education and then drop them their ordinal that looks like their stacks NFT. And so we're like thinking through the fun ways to do that. But yeah, the YouTube channel has all that. I even did one that showed how we took the ETH NFT, used Midjourney to turn it into a Bitcoin Queen, like how that whole process works, like a 10-minute video. And then, and then our Hero wallet is on there. So if you want to see how Hero works, you can see that, and Gamma and everything. So it's all in there. So you can lose yourself down a rabbit hole like the rest of us have. Okay, cool. Well, thank you everybody for joining. Like I said, if you're curious, come find us online or I'm in Geneva. We don't do Discord. So Coin Queens lives in Geneva. That's where our community is. And Kaylee's in Discord with XVerse, but everyone's on Twitter. So we're around. Come find us. So thanks, guys. We will see you again. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.